Today I want to talk about a case that I have in mind that becomes our illustration for part 3 of a video series that we're doing on what to do immediately after you've been in an accident. You remember in part 1 of the video series we talked about the importance of paying attention to your surroundings and making sure you're safe. Sometimes the safest thing to do is to stay in your car with your seatbelt on and wait for law enforcement. Sometimes it might be to move your car out of the way of traffic, especially in low light or foggy conditions. We had a second part of that video series which you can check out with one of the links elsewhere on this page. But today, our third part of our video series is about preserving evidence. So you've been in an accident, you've made sure that you're in a safe place, and you've also made sure that law enforcement and medical has been summoned, you've called 911, but now it's time to collect the information about who's been involved in this accident. First things first, sometimes people are in an accident, they're in a very emotional state, sometimes they can even be angry. Don't put yourself in a dangerous situation. But assuming you have calm folks at an accident scene and assuming that your injuries aren't so serious that you can't get up and move around, it's important that you exchange basic biographical information. Take a picture on your cell phone or get information about their insurance, their driver's license, and their license plate. This is information that you have to exchange by law, and if law enforcement does come to the scene of your accident, they can help you with that. We all carry smartphones for the most part now, so it's also important that you take pictures at the scene of the accident. This can be really important to describing later for an insurance company exactly how an accident happened. Even the damage patterns on a vehicle can tell us how the cars came together, the speeds they were moving at, the angles that they were moving at, and even what was happening immediately before impact, all from the way a car crumples in an accident. So get those pictures, not only of your own vehicle, but all other vehicles that are involved in the accident. Be wise, be safe about doing this. Don't walk out into a busy roadway to get pictures. It's not worth it. But if you can do so safely, collect all of that evidence. Also, there are witnesses. Witnesses have a way of disappearing. If somebody comes up to you at the scene of an accident, they say, "I saw everything, here's my name," make sure you get first name, last name, and contact information. Be critically important to have the viewpoint of that independent witness to help us understand what happened in an accident. Insurance companies will often discount what you have to say about an accident because you're a party. They say you're biased. But an independent witness, that's really tough to refute. So if you have an opportunity to collect witness information, do so and make sure you provide that to your attorney. Let me give you an example. This is the case I said that I had in mind. Our client was preparing to turn right, and the light was red but turned green, and she turned right on the green light. She was immediately struck thereafter by a vehicle that was moving north on the roadway that had run the light that had changed red for her. At the scene, there was a dispute between the two drivers, our client and the driver who ran the red light, about who it was that had the green light and who it was that had broken the law. Our client did the right thing. She made sure she was safe, she got out, she was on the sidewalk, and she took pictures. She took pictures of her vehicle, she got the information of the other driver, and in the background of one of those pictures was actually somebody I recognized. In the background was another attorney, a local attorney who practices in a different area of law. And I noticed in the picture, it looked like that attorney was talking to my client's husband. And I asked my client if she remembered that conversation, and I asked her husband if he remembered that conversation, and they did, and they knew the attorney's first name. So I was certain that the person that I could see in the picture from behind was the attorney I was thinking of. I called him, and he remembered the accident perfectly, and he prepared a document called a declaration, which told everything that he saw in the accident. Now, prior to this, we tried to resolve this case with the insurance company for the driver that was headed northbound, and they had denied liability. And the only reason they denied liability is because their own insured had said they had the green light. Once they got the information from this independent witness included in this declaration, they completely changed their position, they accepted 100% liability, and we were able to resolve the case. This is a key example of why getting that basic biographical information and collecting that basic evidence at the scene is so important. So if you've been involved in an accident and you're able to do those things safely, please do so. It's going to make my job helping you a little bit easier. Thanks for your time. Consultations at Arthofer Tonkin are free, so give us a call today and we can chat to you about your personal injury case.